any of you heard of steam cars? I must admit I've done quite a lot of research on how old cars are, and I didn't put steam in, but not once did they ever mention the steam car. And even though we got a date here in around the 1830s to 1831, it says that it was in the 1700s it was going. So I've never heard of this before. Anyway, let's carry on. And also, the video we've got at the end, the little video, Michael Portillo also says he's never heard of it before. This one was going by the 1830s. So I knew there had to be something else there because of the way that they lived. So obviously it was like riding around in a mini steam engine, except you wouldn't have the tracks on the wheels, you have wheels. There you go. In 1789, the first US patent for a steam-powered land vehicle was granted to Oliver Evans in 1801. But he'd made it in 1789. And then this one is, when were steam cars invented? It says 1769, which matches into the prototype of the other guy before he got funding, and then obviously made some more in the early 1800s. But I've never heard of this before. So often we've seen these and thought that they were petrol or electric, and they weren't, they were steam. Some look more like buses and others look like cars. But I never knew this existed. I just don't understand when you look up the age of cars that the steam car doesn't come up, because it comes out about 50 to 100 years maybe before a car does. I mean, look at that one. That's a steam car, and those cars are Gatsby cars, aren't they? So when they were riding around and you thought that they were gas or whatever it was, they weren't. They were steam. Obviously there's a steam engine and there's a steam car, and you can see that they are a little bit alike, except obviously the car has proper wheels. And then why would you be doing that? It has proper wheels. Yes. So they were a little more advanced than they said they were. This thing was made in the 1700s, and that's if that's correct. And the thing isn't a lot older. Anyway, what it is I saw it on a video and obviously went to look a little bit up myself, which is here on this video, just a few little things. But let's watch the video about it. And I was just a bit shocked because I thought, wow, if he didn't know about it and I didn't know about it. Anyway, let's watch the video.
And many other steam-based innovations. Goldsworthy Gurney was appointed the Superintendent of Heating, Lighting and Ventilation in the Houses of Parliament in 1854, and knighted by Queen Victoria in recognition of his inventions. But back in 1831, he had found himself running steam-powered carriages in Gloucestershire.
You know, 55 minutes from Cheltenham to Gloucester is not bad, is it? He was going some. He was going some. He had a successful boiler. He had found out how he could maximise heat transfer.
Reaching speeds of up to 15 miles per hour, Gurney's steam carriages first ran in London, and then from the capital to Bath.
Wow.
But the Turnpike trustees on the Cheltenham to Gloucester route, favouring the stagecoach, imposed prohibitive tolls on mechanically propelled carriages. Those protectionist measures quickly halted Goldsworthy's transport business.
So Stuart, give me a guided tour of a steam car. I have no idea what we're going to find. So first of all, underneath the hood is the boiler, and the boiler's a fire tube boiler. It has 527 tubes.
Just like a locomotive on a railway.
Just like a locomotive. So the engine is actually at the back of the car. Very good acceleration. Stanleys were the first cars to exceed 100 miles an hour.
No.
Yes.
Well, I don't think we should do 100 today, but can we take a ride?
Absolutely.
Would you mind holding my Bradshaws?
Indeed.
Break off, break off. Oh, and we are moving. Whoa! I've driven steam engines before, but of course they were on rails and you didn't have to think about steering at the same time. Oh, I'm enjoying this.
There's plenty of stored power there. You've got nearly 500 pounds of steam pressure.
How good are the brakes on this thing?
They're reasonable.
Stuart, this is real motoring. This is the way it was.
You could imagine being on the top of Gurney's carriage, couldn't you?
Oh, I'd love it. I'd never heard of Gurney. Yet another great discovery in Bradshaw.